Cameron Thomas Freas was born July 30th, 1999. He grew up a polite, friendly, and quiet child. Matter of fact, he was almost introverted. As he grew, Cameron was almost always bigger and stronger than the other kids his age. And yet, considerate and caring, Cameron was a gentle giant. He instinctively developed a servant heart and was quick to stand up for the weak and to befriend the lonely or the marginalized. To distill the essence of a life such as Cameron's in a moment or two is an impossible task. Although if you would allow me, I'd like to share one example that illustrates the light and the love that animated Cameron's life. In July 2015, the Parkway Church Youth Group and their leaders went to serve the underprivileged in the poor villages of the U.S. Virgin Islands. At the end of a week of VBS, our youth created a fun zone for the local kids to play. As they got off the bus, the local children saw a big mud hole and with squeals of delight ran to play in the mud, as did almost all of our highly motivated teenage missionaries. All that is except Cam. You see, Cameron noticed something that nobody else did. The little boy that had been left behind. Born with severely crippled legs, this young man couldn't walk, much less run to the mud hole with his friends. He sat alone and forgotten. Without hesitation, without being told what to do, Cameron walked to where a little boy sat, abandoned and alone. And using the gifts of his great size and strength and the even greater tenderness of his heart, Cameron lifted that young man up and carried him off the bus, hundreds of yards to the mud hole, so that little boy could share in the simple joy of playing in the mud with his friends. When playtime at the mud hole was done, Cameron gently lifted the young man up and carried him throughout the rest of the day. According to Paige Rajala, one of our youth leaders that was there, the next station was a slip and slide. Cameron would carry the young man up a steep hill, gently set him down, and give him a push. Cam would then race to the bottom of the hill, lift that young man up, and set off up the hill once more. Paige said they did this over and over and over and over, with never any complaint from Cameron. Cameron seemed to find a quiet happiness, Paige said, by making it possible for another boy to enjoy himself. Paige summed it up as one of the most beautiful examples of loving compassion that she had ever witnessed. You see, Cameron, in a moment when it really mattered, instinctively knew the right thing to do and acted on it without hesitation. Now, tragically, we lost Cameron a couple of years ago. And today there will be people who have heard of Cameron but never knew him. And it would be natural and understandable for them to focus on the tragic brevity of Cameron's life and not its brilliant beauty. That's why the LionHeart Fund has been established by friends and family of Cameron Freas to assure that his legacy of kindness, love, gentleness, and character continue to live on. The LionHeart Fund will celebrate what Abraham Lincoln referred to as the better angels of our nature, those young people who do the right things, not because of what they might receive in return, but simply because they're the right things to do. Your support of the LionHeart Fund will provide educational scholarships to young men and women who exemplify selfless servanthood in their communities. I pray that you'll consider joining me in supporting the LionHeart Fund. Together we can turn the brief, beautiful life of our dear friend into an enduring triumph. May God bless you.